Good morning and welcome to another Micrographics webinar. Today's topic is initiating a cloud shared model for Revit to ACC BIM 360 projects. I'm your host for today. My name is Sean Bauer and I'm an applications engineer with Micrographics. I do training and support for Revit, AutoCAD, and Autodesk Construction Cloud, and many more, both from modeling side and from a software use side, as part of my role here with Micrographics as an applications engineer. This is who I am, and let's get started on today's agenda. First off on the agenda, the introduction on how to initiate a cloud shared model. We will be discussing how to assign permissions and add members, how to collaborate with cloud via Revit user interface, the software itself, how do you optionally open worksets and create worksets, how to roll back to an earlier version of a model when a model crashes on ACC Revit, and a conclusion on Autodesk use of Revit and collaborating with the cloud via ACC docs. When you initiate a cloud shared model within the ACC, Autodesk Construction Cloud, you will be navigated to the home page. First, you log onto your account on www.acc.autodesk.com. When you see the home screen, you'll be navigated to Account Admin. You will see Executive Insights, your home page, your projects, and your project templates. There are more Autodesk products related to ACC for mobile use, like PlanGrid, Building Connected, Trade, T-App, and Pipe Autospecs, and many more. Once you've selected Account Admin, you can navigate to this page. It will navigate you automatically, where you will see your projects, members, companies, roles, project templates, and library. We will be working on the Micrographics Cloud. Under the cloud on your account, which will then take you to your active and archived projects, where you can then create a new project. When creating a new project on ACC Docs, you will be navigated to the screen where you will see how to create a project. First off, you'll have to name your project, choose a project number, whether you have a convention used in your office or ISO standard. You create your project, use a project number, then you select your account under which your project will be saved and all your data related to it, project files. Then you choose a project type, and the project type, there are multiple selection types that you can use for pre-selected type of buildings. Then you can select a project template if your organization has one, or you can create a custom template. This is also where you can enter a location either manually or select off the maps. Here is a short video on how this process works. So first of all, you are on acc.autodesk.com. Make sure you are in fact signed in. So you can either create projects on this page, or we can go into our account admin, where there is another option to create a project. It's the same link. Here you have members, companies, roles, libraries, apps, settings, and a link towards BIM 360 admin. First off, make sure you're on the right account where your projects will be saved, your Revit model, and all files related to the project. Here are some active projects that I am collaborating with. And we have archived projects of previously done projects, so you can always access them again. So we'll go back to the Active tab and we'll click on Create New. This is also an option to go to BIM 360 if it is still a BIM 360 project. So under Create Project, as previously shown, you add a name, project number, you select your account, and under project type, here are some examples. There are institutional projects. Then there are commercial projects. There are industrial and energy, manufacturing, infrastructure, multiple different projects that you can select from. Then you add your address, either manually or select off the map. Click your time zone, start date, end date, project value, and currency that the project you use. Now, once you've created your project, you select it, and this will navigate you to the members page. So we were on account admin, we are now on project admin. I've already added a member from my organization, but you can add additional members by entering an email address and select the company that they work for if it's already loaded up. And then under role, you can select whether they are an architect, BIM manager, multiple different fields of work. There's executives, IT, and all custom created ones that you selected. They can either be just a member or they can be a project administrator. Then you can invite these members to different products and they have to have access to the type of projects, so subscription to it. You can select which ones are needed for the project and you add your member. Next up, assigning permissions and roles per member. You click on the name of the member and this will navigate you to additional page. This is where you can either choose to remove the member if they're no longer part of the project, and you can select which company they are from, the roles that they need to include. So originally Christian was just a BIM manager, but as the project went on, we decided to add additional settings. So for example, I would choose, he's also now part of the architectural team. Then there, once again, you can choose the access level, where it's just a member or a project administrator. Here you also have the option to assign extra permissions regarding the products, where they have access to them or need to have access to them. This automatically saves and is turned on via the docs. Next up, how to add additional permissions. Under your drop-down where project admin is, we will select ACC docs. This is where you can see all the files related to the project. We are using the Snowden Towers Autodesk example project. Next to project files, where your file folders are, you can add additional subfolders. You can sort it by name or by date, upload files, download source files, export files, submit for review, create transmittals, and this is where we'll be adding permission settings. There are also more options to choose from, like PDF viewer settings. So we will select permissions. Under this, we previously assigned permissions. Here you can add more members via name, email address, role, or company, and the level of permission they have, whether it is to view and download, create, So view, download, publish markups. You can see create, view, download, publish markups and upload, edit permissions, or full administrative control over the project. Or alternatively, you select the drop down on that page and you can decide what level of permission the member should have. For example, you can choose just edit, or they can only view the project files. Now we navigate ourselves to Revit, the software, where we will be going towards the collaboration tab on the ribbon. Under the collaborate tab, we will select collaborate, and this will enable the project to become a collaborative model. So it will create a central model, which will then be synchronized with or everybody's local copies on their personal computers. Here we have a short video to show you how it works when you want to collaborate or save as a cloud model. First off, you can either go towards collaborate in the cloud on the collaboration tab in the ribbon. This enables collaboration in the cloud, which allows team members to work on a model simultaneously. Once you click on it, this dialog box opens, save as a cloud model, where you can choose the account where the project will be saved. You select the folder where the account will be saved, and you save your project. Alternatively, you can go on File, drop down, Save As, choose either Cloud Model or a normal Revit project file. We will select Save to the Cloud, and this navigates you to the same page as the Collaborate tab on the ribbon. When it's the first time that you save the model, this dialog box will pop up where it asks you this, where it tells you that this is the first time that the project has been saved since work sharing was enabled. This project will therefore become the central model. Do you want to save this project as the central model? And we selected yes. So this will then initiate cloud sharing and create a central model. In this short video, we showed you previously what happens when you save to the cloud and where you saved your project file. Now we will click Save to show you what happens next. The dialog box pops up telling you that it is saving the model to the cloud. Once it's saved, it will alert you that the model has in fact been saved to the cloud. Alternatively, you could have gone there, but you will see now it is grayed out because it is in fact now a cloud model. The pop-up box that happens when you click Save instead of Save As is the Collaborate dialog box where you are enabling collaboration. This will allow multiple people to work on the same Revit model simultaneously. It asks you how you would like to collaborate, either within your network or within the cloud. When you choose within your network, collaborate on a local or wide area network, LAN or WAN, the model will be converted to a workshed central model, and we selected previously in the video in the cloud. So this is the typical workflow for creating work sets. We are now already created the model. There are two places where you can select work sets, either on the status bar at the bottom, or you can navigate to the Collaborate tab under Manage Collaboration panel and select work sets. This is where you create work sets and add elements to it. Once you selected work sets, this dialog pops up telling you that you are about to enable work sharing. Sharing a project requires careful planning and management. Click OK to enable work sharing, or cancel to return to your project without enabling. This is where you can name your work set and create it. This is the original pop-up block, and it usually creates shared tables and grids and worksets 1. You can gray in active worksets if you wish not to see them or have them as a background. They can either be editable, it will tell you who the owner is, or whether you borrowed it from the owner, asking them permissions to use their workset and work on it. It will tell you whether it's opened or not, and whether it's visible in all views. With this, you have now created a workset. At the bottom, you can see which workset is active, or there on the collaboration tab, it will tell you which one is active currently. We are now on workset 1. When you synchronize your model after you've now selected your worksets, it allows you to specify options of the synchronization operations. Generally, we just select synchronize with central. When you do this, you are prompted to synchronize with central, and this dialog box, you can compact the central model, which takes a while, but it's a good way to ensure the health of the project. After you've synchronized, it asks you whether you would like to relinquish elements or user-created worksets. In this case, we just created the worksets, so it's asking you whether you would like to do that or not, and you can leave a comment for the next person who is going to work on this. At the bottom, there's a link that navigates you to how worksets work. Now you've synchronized it with the worksets active. It saves a local copy for you. It reloads the latest copy if changes were made by someone else, and it saves it to your project. This is synchronized with central workflow. You synchronize with central the way I just showed you via the video. In this case, it was synchronized already, so borrowed elements is now available. You can choose to relinquish the borrowed elements from other worksets or other users' worksets. Once you've done that, the same principle applies again. Work sharing is started and default worksets are created. It saves the model to the cloud once again. It tells you that a local copy has been saved again on your drive. It copies over your original local copy. Once it's saved, it will give you 2 tick marks telling you work sharing is started and default worksets have been created, and the model is once again saved to the cloud. So all your changes have been recorded. An optional way to create or open worksets on Revit. So worksets are either editable or active, or relinquished when you save or close. You navigate to the ribbon, Collaborate tab, and select worksets. You click on worksets, follow instructions on the worksets dialog, and additionally on your status bar, you can select it once again at the bottom. And if you borrowed or asked permission to work on another owner's workset, it would give you a notification at the bottom right of your Revit screen telling you whether you should give permission or whether you are asking for permission to work on another owner's workset. So the other optional workset, when it is already a cloud shared model, is you go to Collaborate tab, you click on worksets, a different dialog box pops up, which is the dialog box regarding enabling work sharing. So this is for multiple users to work on the same model. You select the 3 options, prompting you that this project will now be on BIM Collaborative Pro, and it is a work shared model, and the changes will be saved locally and synced to a central model. there's also a link to explain what is a worksheet cloud model. We will select OK. You are now enabling work sharing via a cloud model rather than a locally saved model. This will bring you back to this dialog box, which you saw previously. You can add additional worksets. For example, let's say engineering. Or you can add as many worksets as you like. Let's add additional one for, let's say, interiors, a core and shell workset. You will now see that the top two are not editable. You can choose to make them editable or not. And it will tell you who the owner is of that workset. If you, however, haven't saved the new worksets, an error will pop up telling you that the editable status of workset engineering cannot be changed to editable at risk from no, and we click close. So you first have to sync it in order for it to be created. It's prompting you whether you would like to make core and shell your active workset or not. So how to roll back to an earlier version on ACC Docs or Build. If a model crashes, you have the option to revert to an older version or previously saved version. On ACC, you can navigate to your project, select a previous version via the docs. You can choose to resave the version as the new central model. This is generally done by the BIM manager or the project administrator or the account administrator, depending on the permissions level. So first step, log on to ACC, autodesk.com. Then you select the project where your files are stored, all the versions. You navigate to Docs on the left pane, drop down, as seen previously on the video. Choose the folder where the model is saved. Open a previous version, and you can save it as a new central model via the Revit interface. And in conclusion, Revit and Autodesk Construction Cloud is like working with a single source of truth. You can see who accessed the model and who has active worksets, and making sure that it is once again in one place in real time, accessible by anybody who has access to the internet via mobile or computer. Collaboration with all project-related data available to all members instantly via ACC, Docs, and BIM 360. Multiple users from multidisciplinary professions can collaborate on one model at the same time, avoiding unnecessary rework and duplication. So thank you for watching. I hope this was informative. If you do, however, have any queries or questions, please contact us via this information. www.mgfx.co.za is our website, or you can email us at info@micrographics.mgfx.co.za. Thank you so much, and please remember to like and subscribe for more. Thank you so much.